来年の世界文化遺産登録を目指して、本年1月にユネスコに推薦書を提出した明治日本の産業革命遺産、九州山口と関連地域について、一般財団法人産業遺産国民会議専務理事の加藤康子よりご説明申し上げます。皆さんが日本語で素晴らしいご挨拶をされましたので、私まずちょっと DVD に入る前にですね、英語でご挨拶をさせていただきたいと思います。大体概略を英語で説明させていただきまして、どうしてこのような明治産業革命遺産がこのような新しい枠組みの下でこうして登録を目指すことになったのかというところの経緯も含めてですね、ご説明させていただきたいと思います。At the outset of presentation, I would like to express my deep appreciation to all of you coming from overseas to participate in this National Congress of Industrial Heritage. Thank you very much. Welcome to Japan. My fellow TIKI members, taking this opportunity, I would also like to thank Mr. Stuart Smith. He was the Secretary General of TIKI. He came over to Japan, I think more than 15 years ago, as a former president of Iron Bridge Museum. He inspired me to start working on this project. Without his passion and dedication to the sites of Japan's Meiji Industrial Revolution, this project did not happen. He died before he received a nomination document. He has been looking forward to participating in this Congress in July. He passed away in the last April. He has unfinished business here in Japan. I would like to complete his will. We would all like to achieve this mission to inscribe this nomination to UNESCO World Heritage with all of your support together. Thank you. Japan is an industrial nation. Technology is the soul of our nation. Japan has achieved rapid industrialization that was founded on key industrial sectors in shipbuilding, iron steel, and coal mining from mid-19th century to the beginning of 20th century. Successful transfer of industrial revolution from the West to Japan at the time was a phenomenon, at the time unique in the history. First time it has happened in Japan, nowhere else in the West, and Japan directing and maintaining the control of its own terms. In mid-19th century, Japan was highly organized feudal society governed by clans under Tokugawa isolationist policy for 2 centuries. Any attempt to leave the country was strictly forbidden. Shogunate regulates the free production of arms and weapons, trade, commerce, contact with foreigners, and Christianity. When Admiral Perry came over to Japan in 1853, it shook the whole nation. Shogunate responded to Admiral Perry and encouraged the clans to build the cannons and build steamboat. That's the beginning of the samurais and clan encounter with the science and technology. Initial phase was trial and an era of experimentation in shipbuilding and iron making, mostly based on Western textbook and copying the example of Western ships. This is not so successful due to lack of science and technology. After opening of the nation, this is followed by more successful importation of the technology and expertise to operate it. And after the Meiji Restoration, by the late Meiji period, full-blown industrialization was achieved with a newly acquired domestic expertise and more active adaptation and adaptation of Western technology. Samurai became businessmen, clan became a company, and when Yawata started the production of steel and opened the booth of various steel products in London, in exhibition in 1910, Japan was marked as industrial nation. This rapid industrialization was achieved in just a little over 50 years without being colonized, and Japan's its own terms. Nominated properties are the series of 23 component parts in 8 areas. The sites are single ensemble of industrial heritage sites that testifies the first successful transfer of industrialization from the West to a non-Western nation. On the process of selecting all those component parts of the property, international committee led by Sir New Cousins spent many years, maybe 6 years, 7 years, of hot debate of what should be included in this component part. After the committee's decisions, and the process of the committee decisions, we are torn apart. Because if we follow the existing rule of cultural property law, we have to exclude and drop some of the very important sites. So we made decision to change the government system with administrative reform. And looking at operational guideline of the World Heritage, 40, and follow that operation guideline, we opened the gate to private sectors and all the government ministry to participate in heritage protection as a partnership without compromising the OUV value. Looking at the operational guideline of 110, we decided to introduce every possible traditional protection legal system mechanism to apply for protection of the OUV, depending on the characteristic of attributes and ownership. We also want the tax system, tax reform, new tax incentives, property tax deductions for living industrial heritage owned by private sectors. Now, Cabinet Ministry is in charge of this nomination, and with all the government agencies participated. All the private sectors who owns the living heritage also participated under Cabinet Secretariat umbrella under the newly devised strategic management framework. Each site owners prepared conservation management plan with a management policy to respect Ikomos Tiki principle for the first time in Japan. We also set up the organizations of National Congress of Industrial Heritage. This private organization funded by private sectors, government sectors, public sectors, and with communities, to open the floor of the discussions with sharing the views with international members to think about challenging conservation issues of industrial heritage. We welcome your contribution all the time. We have already submitted a nomination document to UNESCO. However, conservation work just started. We are now currently preparing the resources and funding for the conservation work, for extensive research work, to give the solution for challenging conservation issues. I'm confident that with all your support, all the TIKI members, the Ikomos members now here, prominent experts, with all your support, I'm confident that we can overcome any challenging conservation issues. With your support, we can climb any mountains. With your support, we can give answers to all the challenging conservation issues. We are now preparing also interpretation program and then also educational program following in a synergy with the interpretation program. So there are mountains of the work preparing, and then we are on the way to solve all the issues right now. Are we ready for the nomination? Yes, we are. Can we protect outstanding universal value? Yes, we can. So, ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to present a DVD of the sites of Japan's Meiji Industrial Revolution. Thank you.